Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, what we're going to talk about on this episode of the Bullet Points on this Friday morning is something that I almost fell out of my chair when I ran across in my research and prepping for this episode. Would you guys believe that Bill Clinton, yep, Bill Clinton, as in former President Bill Clinton, as in Mr. Assault Weapons Ban Bill Clinton, husband to Hillary Bill Clinton, actually told Democrats to stop talking down to gun owners? Stop approaching the conversation with arrogance and condescension? What? It actually happened, and that's what we're going to talk about this morning. Everything is linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And if you are new to the channel, we are always looking to earn that subscription. So if you think the information we bring like this is valuable, we'd love to have you in there. Turn that bell on so we can get the information to you quickly, because this fight for our rights is ever evolving. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to hit it and talk about what Billy said on the other side. So today's sponsor is Aventon. Aventon not only makes electric bikes, they make them high quality at an affordable price. These bikes are manufactured with parts created by Aventon, not a hodgepodge of different vendors, which adds to quality. Which makes them on another level. With a wide range of models, Aventon makes a model to suit a variety of riding needs and styles. Check them out in the description box below, and thank you so much to Aventon for making this video this week possible. Alright, so let's start talking about what Billy said. Now, Mr. Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, I know, that's who we're talking about here. Bill Clinton offers advice on talking to pro-gun rights activists. Don't talk down to them. Now, this is in The Hill. That's a mainline publication. Alright, let's keep going. Let's see what he actually said, because this has implications. Former President Clinton is offering advice to people looking to garner support for gun control laws, saying it's important that Americans, quote, just talk to each other again. Now, on that point of just talking to each other again, I completely agree. I'm actually not upset that a former president would say that Americans need to talk to each other, because we do. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, gun control, gun advocate, you can still have a conversation and separate that from the politics. Just saying. That's one little piece, and I think that is something that's needed. But let's keep going, because this is very interesting what he's telling the left, okay? In an interview on CBS's The Late Show with James Corden on Wednesday, Clinton said that when talking to pro-gun rights activists, it might help to ask for their assistance. Again, that's a communication skill. Don't talk down to them, don't accuse them of anything, actually communicate with them. That's very solid, and to be fair, both sides could do more of that. Separating it from the politics, I'm just saying communicating as Americans, that's one thing, right? But what's interesting here, and Bill Clinton seems to grasp this, is Democrats own guns too. It's not just Republicans and far righties, it is also Democrats. They're a very large chunk of the population that owns firearms, and a lot of them do believe in the Second Amendment, honestly. But the far left, the loudest minority, is the one that is getting the most attention and garnering the most noise. That's what he's addressing here, because he's not talking about everyday Democrats, because everyday Democrats, flat out, also own guns and do believe in the Second Amendment. Not all of them, but some of them, right? Quote, don't talk down to them, Clinton said. Instead of telling them they're dumb if they don't agree with you, ask for their help. It's not necessary for somebody to agree with you to trust you with their vote. He's actually giving very good advice to the Democratic side. I don't know if they're going to take it, but actually having someone be valued and communicate with them and actually not call them dumb, that's a good starting point. Now, I don't agree with the policies at all, but from a communication standpoint, Clinton is onto something from talking to people. He added that when talking to gun owners, one should, quote, assume they've got good sense and they're afraid of losing what they've got. That's pretty accurate. Again, Democrats feel that way and Republicans feel that way. There's a lot more people in the middle who believe in our gun rights than there are on the extremes on both sides. And Clinton seems to understand that, which does make sense, because during his whole tenure as president, he went left and then he went right back to the middle because he figured it out, similar to Biden. Now, Biden won't go back, but it is very interesting. Clinton said that a lot of gun owners are inherently suspicious of government, easy to spook, and don't want to take a chance. Now, that's a very accurate assessment, because we have a very long history in the 20th century alone of governments taking advantage of their populations and their citizenry when they're disarmed. So it's kind of based on fact and based on reality, not to mention it's substantiated in the Bill of Rights, where we have that right to have that Second Amendment to prevent just that from happening in the previous examples. But Bill Clinton is onto something there on the communications piece. Let's keep going. According to Clinton, if every state had red flag laws, and, quote, if every state actually enforced them, including having readily available mental health facilities, then some of the mass situations would stop. Now, the fact that I have to say mass situations because the platform that I'm on is kind of evidence to his point, right? If he's going down the road of, well, if we actually had these laws, again, I don't agree with him, I'm just saying what he said. If we actually had these laws and states actually enforced them, so now that alludes to California, New York, Indiana, all these states that we've seen recent situations in that they aren't enforcing existing red flag laws, mainly because they don't work. He's actually substantiating our point. And that's incredibly important because while he is a main prominent figure and a previous president, I don't agree with his politics, I don't agree with AWBs, I don't agree with gun control in general. He is saying something that is important for gun controllers and Democrats in general who support the Second Amendment to hear. Red flag laws don't work. Red flag laws don't get enforced across the board because government is inherently going to fail across the board the larger that it gets. It's just an economies of scale problem. And that's what I'm bringing for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.